Welcome everyone, it's G-Man1172 coming at you with a rambling video. Just some thoughts on 2018. I hope everybody had a happy and safe new year. So let's get right into it. Looking at my personal game of the year, no surprise, Red Dead Redemption 2. I just don't think anyone makes games like Rockstar. Now, some people say, what do you mean? The open world gaming thing is used too much. You're exactly right, and I don't disagree with you. Open world gaming, and not everything needs to be open world. Case in point are the Darksiders games. Love Darksiders, the first one. Darksiders 2 it's good. It's like okay to good. I haven't played 3 yet. The idea that the fact that they tried to move it to like a Zelda-esque with a hub world and dude, I don't need that. Just follow your linear story, your linear mode you made. All right, I'm off on a tangent, but this is a rambling video. Red Dead Redemption 2. Nobody makes open world games like Rockstar, and it's probably why it takes them so long to make each game. Because the actual nuances and the emergent stuff, gameplay that they put into these games. Like, take a look at Red Dead 2. You notice, like, there are so many things you can find to do. Or just like little Easter eggs here and there. Somewhere in this game, there's the mask. If you played Red Dead Redemption 1's DLC, Undead Nightmare, if you remember it, spoiler alert, you can stop the Undead Nightmare by finding this the Mask of the Dead and putting it back where it belongs. Well, guess what? In Saint Denis, in one of the stores, that mask is sitting up there on a shelf. Okay, people say, oh, so what? That's not a big deal. All right, how about this? Go out at night, and sometimes, you can hunt little animals. You go somewhere, you find possum. Have you ever seen a possum in real life? It plays possum if you come near it. It just flops over on its side and acts like it's dead. That's it. I mean, it's little emergent things like that. Go and follow somebody, just an NPC. Go and follow an NPC from anywhere. Go to Valentine. I did it in Valentine. Follow them. Just pick one and continue to follow them. It gets funny. They start looking over their shoulder. And I mean, you have to do this for a bit. It's not like in 30 seconds they start doing it. No, you have to follow them. They start looking over their shoulder. Eventually, they'll run from you. Eventually, they'll get on a horse and try and get away from you. You know what I mean? It's funny stuff. It's little nooks and crannies. There are cliffs in Red Dead Redemption 2. You can walk right off it and you'll end up dead, of course. You know what I mean? But also, some of them, if you walk right to the edge, not all of them, if you walk right to the edge, they'll give you a prompt to sit down. You got to do it. It takes a steady hand. Sit down, and you'll get a sweeping view of what you're looking at. It's fantastic. It's just such amazing stuff that's put into these games. You know what I mean? They're emergent gameplay. If you want to choose to be a bad guy, go talk shit to the people in your camp. Repeatedly badger them. Someone eventually is going to knock you out, and you'll wake up out in the wilderness a bit away from camp. Like, they don't put, you know what I mean? It's little stuff that they don't tell you that you can experiment with. Go shoot somebody and wound them. Like, wound them. Like, the best thing is like a shopkeeper, because you see them often. Like, if you shoot a stranger, you don't know when you're going to see him again. Get a shot, shoot him in the foot, shoot him in the arm. Go back a day later, the bandage is wrapped up. And they're nursing it. They nurse it for like 3-4 in-game days. Or maybe a week, It's little things like that. The attention to detail, and the devil is always in the details, folks. That's what makes this game incredible. Incredible. While people complain, I know I've heard, and I love the community of which I consider myself a member. The online Xbox community with, with Crap Gamer, Mooch, my best buddy, Mr. Boomstick XL, super best buddy from up north, Noof Nukem, and J-Dubs. My buddy Xbot448 and his lovely wife, Oh Snaps It's Mel. I love this community, and I love talking with them. And if I left you out, I apologize. But they're like, people knock on this game. Like, I know Mooch does. Oh, Arthur. Well, first off, nobody in the fucking camp talks like that. You know what I mean? Number two, if it's not your type of game, it's not your type of game. That's just life. You know what I mean? It just is. Like me, I loved God of War. I can definitely put it up there with Red Dead Redemption 2. But there's no emergent gameplay in God of War. You know exactly what to expect. You can't follow somebody around and expect to get different responses from them. It is what it is. It's a linear, incredibly good game. And it deserves to be up for Game of the Year. It wasn't my personal Game of the Year, but I mean, at Jeff Keighley's fucking MTV Video Game Awards, sure, it belongs to be Game of the Year. Since I'm rambling, let's move on to that. The Jeff Keighley Video Game Awards are not the Oscars for video gaming. The Oscars are the Academy of Motion Picture Arts and Sciences Awards. That's why they're called the Academy Awards. There is an academy for video games. It's called the Academy of Interactive Arts and Sciences, and their awards are called the DICE Awards. They happen in 2019, just like every other awards. They wait for the actual year to be over before they have their show. They don't do it at the end, in December. Guess what? You still got 3 weeks of the year left. What if something great comes out then? You know what I mean? It's just stupid. It's stupid. I consider Keighley's the equivalent of the MTV Movie Awards. They're not legit. I'd rather hear from the actual industry itself, not writers and fans. The Oscars, actors vote on acting awards, directors vote on directing awards. Like, keep it to the industry itself. That's how I feel. Whatever. So one thing I also heard Crap mention it in one of his videos, and I've heard a few of my friends actually say it. How come games like Detroit Become Human? Why does it get passed over when it comes to Game of the Year? It's not nominated Game of the Year at a lot of different sites. And my opinion of it is, and I know my buddy Xbot448 will appreciate this because he calls them movies. You know why? Because in games like Until Dawn and Detroit Become Human, the gameplay is a tacked-on thing. It's secondary. It's a completely secondary element to the game. It is. Press the buttons, quick time event, or else Mike's gonna fall off the log and land in the water. Until Dawn. Gameplay. Or fucking Detroit Become Human. I'm an android cleaning somebody's bathroom. This is not... I hate these games. I hate them, and I have played them. David Cage's idea of gameplay is fucking smegma. Smegmite. You know what I mean? It's garbage. It just is, in my opinion. And that's why these games don't get up for Game of the Year. They have, look at the narrative, the story in them. Listen, we're talking about video games. It is an interactive medium, so the gameplay must be the priority. It must be the priority. It's wonderful to have a good story. Red Dead Redemption 2 has a good story. God of War is a great story. But it's the gameplay that keeps me playing them. When a game has shit gameplay, like Beyond Two Souls, and then Detroit I didn't even bother with, because the gameplay from David Cage sucks dick. When it has terrible gameplay, I don't even want to bother with it. If I want a good story, I'll go to the best source for stories. Books. Yes, I know. Today's people don't read books. Well, I still do. All right? Or I'll watch a movie. Adding quick time events. Oh, now it's a game. No, now it's shit. From the anus. That's what it is. And that's why they don't get up for Game of the Year, because they're barely video games. They're basically CG animated choose-your-adventure stories. That's what they are. You know what I mean? So that's my opinion on that. They don't get up for Game of the Year because they don't deserve to be called full video games. Not like some of these do. Another thing is people knock on indies. Oh, I prefer AAA. Great. You can... Dude, you know what? I prefer ice cream to getting punched in the face. This is life, you know what I mean? There are great games in the indie space. Dead Cells is phenomenal. I love how a few people were like, who is Celeste? Celeste came out in January of 2018 and blew people away, people that don't have hang-ups about indies. So that's why it was up for Game of the Year at the VGAs. The game was supposedly phenomenal. I didn't play it. To wrap up, Red Dead Redemption 2, that's my Game of the Year. I had some great games. Some other games with, honorable mention, without a doubt. Let's see. God of War, obviously, is right there with it. Spider-Man was very good. I don't think it was... I can't even say very good. It was good. It was good. It was too derivative of the Arkham games, in my opinion. And then it left out one of the best parts of the Arkham games. The quick-use gadgets during combat. Why did I have to, slow time with the bumper button to choose a new gadget? Arkham did it for 3 straight games. You could just choose a gadget on the fly. You know what I mean? Well, that's my opinion. I don't think it was even better than Arkham Knight. The Batmobile was used too much. Don't get in it. Don't get in it unless you have to. That's your answer to that. Anyway, this is G-Man 1172. I'm going to wrap it up right there. A rambling video. I won't make too many of these, or maybe I'll make tons of them. I don't know. I never know anything. Today is all that exists. I hope your new year is as good as mine was. Thanks, guys. Talk to you soon.